What's up, guys? So, fun times, it's December. It means Christmas is right around the corner. If you guys remember from what I talked about last year, April and I will actually be going to spend the actual Christmas holiday with her family down in Florida, so she and I actually do our Christmas a little too early, if I'm being honest, but we both like to give gifts and we both don't like to keep secrets. So we did our Christmas a little early, and I gotta say, she outdid herself. She's a wonderful person and I'm so lucky to have her. And so I want to share with you guys what she got me for Christmas, give you guys an idea of something that you could ask for Christmas, or maybe give you guys an idea for a gift for the retro gamer in your life. I did pick up a few games as well over Black Friday, so I'll cover those first and then we'll get into the actual gift giving itself. These all I picked up through GameStop's Black Friday stuff. Nothing retro, just some games to let you kind of know what I'm gonna be playing in the month of December. I picked up Pokemon Legends Arceus. I've been very much wanting to play this. I've heard this is actually fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to going through it. I picked up Hogwarts Legacy, another game I heard good things about whenever it came out, but never got around to playing. And now that nobody really cares about it much anymore, it's time for me to play it. I picked up Final Fantasy 16. I've heard good things about it. I've heard it's very accessible, and that's been a problem for me with the Final Fantasy series, so I'm excited to give this a go. I've been wanting to get into the Final Fantasy series, and I was torn between this or the 7 remake, and I opted for this because I got a new copy for a stupidly good deal. And then I picked up Elden Ring. Now, Elden Ring, it is from the Dark Souls team, and I've had a relatively bad history with Dark Souls. I've been wanting to give the Soulsborne games an honest go, and I've heard Elden Ring's probably the most accessible, so I wanted to give it a shot, and if I bounce off of it too, then I guess I'm just not meant to play the Souls games. But maybe if I can get into Elden Ring, it'll give me the drive to actually go back and play the Dark Souls games and Bloodborne and Sekiro and all those titles. But that's the games I picked up. If you've got a gamer in your life, or if you are a gamer, then maybe one of these has been on your list as well. Who knows? But now let's get on to the actual things. So April's a big collector. You know, she's got a very large Funko Pop collection. I'll flash a picture of it up on the screen right now. She's a figure collector, let's put it that way. Her gift giving tends to go in that direction, and that's fine by me. I like them too, but I also know that I would have a problem if I started buying figures for myself. So we've come to an agreement. The only figures I can have in my collection are the ones that she gets me. So that way I don't go crazy on something else that I want to have everything of. Since it's Christmas time, the first actual things we got are some Hallmark ornaments. This is our third Christmas together, and every year she's gotten me one of the whatever new game console Hallmark ornament has come out. So this year's was the Sega Dreamcast console. I haven't put the batteries in it yet, but I'll flash up some footage on screen of the actual ornament itself. From what it looks like, the VMU looks like it lights up, and then all the other consoles have played a defining music track from their library. So the Sega Genesis one played, the Super Nintendo played the Super Mario World theme, and so I would assume this one's gonna play something from Sonic Adventure, potentially Live and Learn. That'd be pretty sweet, but I'll show you guys right now. We've done 3 Christmases together, and she's gotten me each of those ornaments, but the actual console ornaments started 4 years ago, so she picked up the NES one as well. And so now I have all of the ornament things, and she threw out the idea that I should get a little like miniature Christmas tree and have the ornaments hanging up on it on my display whenever I get all my stuff back on display, which I'm hoping to be able to do in 2024. There was one more ornament that she got me, being the big Zelda fan that I am. Last year, they came out with some Legend of Zelda ornaments. I think maybe just one, but there was a Legend of Zelda keepsake ornament last year. And for whatever reason, I didn't buy it. They had a re-release this year of some of the older ornaments, and I didn't know about it. Otherwise, I would have gone and picked it up beforehand. So it's a good thing she kept it from me so she could get it for me as a gift for Christmas. So if there's somebody you know, or only wanted to get that retro gamer in your life, just a little gift, something like one of these would be perfect, because it shows, hey, I see your passion is about games, so here's something to kind of help commemorate that. I did mention that she's a big Funko Pop collector, so a Christmas wouldn't be correct without a gift of at least one Funko Pop coming from her. And I went big on her Christmas, and she felt like she needed to go big too, so we're There's a lot here, so we're just gonna cover it all. There's actually 4 Funko Pops this year. I just recently finished playing the Horizon games, and I made an offhanded comment that Erend was probably my favorite character in the game, and so she found the Erend Funko Pop from Horizon Zero Dawn. And not only Erend, but also a newer release of Aloy. Yeah, the Erend is from the original release, and then a newer release of Aloy in her Shadow Stalwart armor. So I can have those up on the shelf as well. But not only were these two Funko Pops in the mix, I have mentioned before that I'm a big fan of the BioShock games. Anytime we go to conventions or we go to like Charlotte to go just like do game hunts and whatever, I'm always on the lookout for the BioShock Pops that I don't have. You remember from the Smoky Mountain Geek Expo last year, not this past one, but the year before that, I actually found the BioShock Infinite set. And I was like, that's really cool. I'd like to have all the BioShock ones. Well, she kind of went nuts. She found me the Big Daddy inbox. Which is just ridiculously cool. And she found me the Little Sister inbox, which arguably is even cooler because I know this one is a hard one to get a hold of. So that's really awesome to have. And the other good thing about the Funko stuff is, as you can tell, they cover a wide range of series and a lot of video games. Even if the person you're buying for is not necessarily a pop collector, there's probably a series that they enjoy that has a pop figure made from it, and if it's not too expensive, something like this coming from one of their favorite series could be a good gift for them as well. As I mentioned a minute ago, she went all out for Christmas for me this year because I went all out for her. That's the kind of competitions you should be having with your significant others, who can be the best gift giver at a holiday time, as long as you stay within your means. She's a big Lego fan. Hell, I've panned around the apartment before and you've seen all the Legos everywhere. For my birthday this year, she gave me the Lego NES that I have up on the shelf here. And that was a really, really cool build, a really fun build. And then just at a random point throughout the year, she wound up giving me the Lego, the tall neck that I have up on the shelf behind me. And I don't think you've ever really seen that because that is on the top shelf, but it is up there. As I just said, she's a huge Lego fan. And so this year, Lego's come out with some really interesting gamer aesthetic stuff. Well, one of them's from this year, one of them's not. The newest one and the one from this year is actually the Lego Piranha Plant, which, as you can tell, I've already opened it and started building. This is a really just neat build, and I'm excited to get it finished up so I can just have it displayed either up there or that might live on top of the Vectrex, who knows. The other one, she went with another Lego. As you can tell, it's a hefty boy, and whereas something like this can be a gift for just somebody you know who's into retro games because this one is relatively affordable, this other one I want to save for somebody who's like important to you because it's a slight bit more cost prohibitive, but it's something that I'm really excited to have and put together because it is the Lego Atari. It's funny, we were in Charlotte just a few months ago and they had a sale that had been going on the week before, and they had the Atari here on sale for like 20% off, and I was going to go buy it. But whenever I went to go pay for it, it didn't ring up as on sale because the sale had technically ended, but it was still on the sale rack and marked as on sale. The employee was going to honor it, but they couldn't change the price in their system and there wasn't a manager there to override it, so I had to leave it behind, and that made me sad. But thanks to April, I have it now. If you have a special person in your life who's really into like old school gaming, this would be a perfect gift for them. Now, the next thing she got me was personalized for the YouTube channel here. She got me this 3D printed little banner thing with my YouTube name on it. You've probably seen this in the past couple of videos because that has lived right here. But it's a nice little thing to have as far as branding goes, because let's say one of these videos gets embedded somewhere else and you don't quite see who the channel belongs, where the channel came from, at least not just from watching the video. You'll see this there in the background and be like, oh, that's the guy. That's really cool and it's really nice to have now. The other branded thing she got me was actually this deck of playing cards with my logo on the back. It makes me feel a bit more professional, you know, because like this stuff has my branding on it. It's just really cool to have. These are gonna become my playing cards that I use from now on, once I, break them in a little bit. They're a little stiff. And the last game-inspired gift she got me was actually a piece of art. And I love getting artwork, especially gamer aesthetic art stuff. Like she gave me, for our first Christmas together, she gave me those patent drawings that are above my desk here. And for our second Christmas together, as you saw last year, she gave me this evolution of the game controller print, which I just think is really, really neat. Well, this year, she outdid herself because I love this piece. So, as you guys are aware, I'm a big N64 fan. I'm collecting the system. I'm trying to get the entire library. I've seen artwork like this before, and it's just so cool to actually have something like this. It's this teardown of the N64. It shows so many different of the important titles to the system. Like obviously you got your Mario up here, but you go down through it and you can see so many different games that were important to the system. Like you've obviously got your Zelda, you've got Wind back here, Goemon, Mario Kart, Turok, Star Fox, looks like Jet Force Gemini, Conquer, Majora's Mask, so Harvest Moon, there's Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, Smash Brothers is all down here, Quest 64, Mischief Makers. Like you've got some lesser talked about games represented in this piece, and it's really, really cool, and I'm super excited to find a spot to hang this because it's just, I love it. I love it. So if you know a retro game lover who also wants to start getting some kind of like art stuffs, something like this is a wonderful idea. There are 3 other gifts that I'd like to show you that I just think they're really cool. They're not game related, but they just are really, really cool. One of them is actually this watch here. I am a watch guy. I like watches. I like wearing watches. I have a few of them. And for my friend's birthday, I wound up getting him a wooden watch because he and I worked together for a long time, and we both worked then, and even though we don't work together now, we worked then at a woodworking shop, and we both still work in woodworking shops. So I got him a wooden watch, and I really liked it, so I made a comment about it, and then April wound up getting me one as well. Here, the body's made of wood, the band is made of wood. The only thing that's not wood is obviously the mechanics inside of it, and the crown and the inlays inside the face, and the buckle, obviously. But outside of that, it's a solidly wooden watch, and I love it. It's really cool. And the last things. So I'll say again, we've come to the agreement that any figures that I have in my collection are to be given to me by her, because I could go crazy adding figures to my collection because they are cool, but I already collect too many things. I don't think I've ever mentioned it here. One of my favorite movies is Makoto Shinkai's Your Name. Yes, I do like anime, so that might bias me a little bit, but I stand by, not only is that my favorite anime movie, but that's one of my favorite movies, just full stop. Early in our relationship, we watched it together. She liked it. And for our first Christmas together, she actually gave me this little music box, which is programmed to play Zen Zen Zens from the movie. And that same year, she also gave me this canvas print of a scene from the movie. This has been in my setup. You've probably seen this before in my setup, just leaned up over here, but it's always been present wherever I keep my computer, and I plan to keep it that way. Anyway, Your Name is one of my favorite movies. Well, a couple of years ago, the brand Pop-Up Parade, they actually produced some Your Name figurines, and well, these are just incredibly cool, and something that I didn't know existed prior to us doing our Christmas, so really thankful to have those in my collection as well. Though I will say, his legs were not formed quite right, so it was really difficult to get him to set up in the stand. But that was the Christmas haul. You've got a few weeks left to figure out what that gift might be for that retro gamer in your life, and maybe something in this video here caught your attention that you could give as that gift. But that's it for me. Hopefully I was able to help you guys find the gift for that person in your life, and I'm looking forward to bringing you guys even more videos just like this one as the days go on. So again, thank you guys for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy holidays. Have a good one, y'all.